Peter Thomas once said, "Exceptional results arrive only when exceptional people put in exceptional effort. It never arises by accident or good fortune." Hi, my name is Yusuf Bodiat, and I'm a 35-year-old chartered accountant. Please allow me to motivate you as to why I deserve to be part of this year's group of top 35s under 35. Over the past few years, and more specifically, as part of my reflection in what makes me exceptional without exception, I often thought that I was blessed with consistent good luck. As I spend the next few minutes unpacking my CASA journey, I would like to explain how this thought of consistent good luck made sense to me until very recently. I was born into a family of accountants, with both parents having qualified in the accounting field. Although I had taken a keen interest in computer programming during my high school years, I'd like to think that I chose accounting as a profession, although many may say that accounting chose me. As a matter of interest, I even got married to an accountant. I studied at Wits University, which wasn't the easiest journey to say the least. I really struggled with financial accounting and needed to repeat the subject in my third year. Similarly, I also needed to repeat my honors year because of failing fourth year financial accounting. At that point in time, I thought that bad luck was on my side. So, a 4-year degree actually took me 6 years to complete. And at that point in time, I was convinced that I'd essentially lost out on 2 years of my life. Having said that, I realized very quickly when beginning my audit articles at Deloitte within its financial services team that had I completed my degree within 4 years, I would not have been emotionally prepared for the corporate world. My mindset then changed very quickly when I believed that luck was actually on my side. When I initially began my articles, I struggled for a bit during my first year, with the main reason being my inability at that point in time to adapt to the nature and style of the corporate world. However, towards the end of my first year articles, the different pieces of the CASA puzzle started to fit into place, and I began to enjoy my articles, abnormally so. I was able to excel in my third year and was rated as one of the top performers throughout my final year of articles. Had I not taken the longer route in finishing my degree at Wits University, I may not have succeeded during my articles. In retrospect, I also firmly believe that repeating those 2 years at university assisted me in passing both board exams on first attempt. I enjoyed articles so much that I decided to apply to be an audit manager within the financial services team at Deloitte. The main reason for staying on within the audit field was to gain the necessary soft skills that being an audit manager could teach me, mainly as a result of dealing with many different clients simultaneously while managing multiple teams at the same time. At the time of deciding to become an audit manager, I had the idea of remaining in audit for a very long time. However, after 2 years of being a manager, I realized that the audit environment and profession was not for me, and I started searching for a role in the industry instead. As luck had it, once again, a client of mine was in search for a financial manager, and I was fortunate enough to secure that role. I was appointed as the financial manager at Lion of Africa Insurance for 1 year. Looking back at this lucky opportunity, I realized that during my time as an audit manager at Lion of Africa, the Chief Financial Officer, as well as the audit committee members, were obviously watching me and hired me as a result of my work ethic and commitment to my job. So it wasn't actually luck, but a lot of hard work and effort that were observed by many others. After about a year in the financial manager role, I was promoted to acting Chief Financial Officer. I was given this opportunity even though there were other managers within the finance team with similar skills and experience as me. At that time, yet again, I believed that I was in the right place at the right time. However, in retrospect, I now firmly believe, apart from being groomed to take on this position, my work ethic, coupled with my successful delivery of various projects, got me into that position. During my time as acting Chief Financial Officer, I was responsible for the finance function and also served on the executive committee. Additionally, I was the chairman of the company's pension fund management committee and its public officer. After about a year within this acting CFO position, the company went into a runoff. Although I was offered to stay to assist in running off the company, I knew that this was a role that I would not enjoy and started searching for a new role. I then was able to secure a role at FEM, the role I am still currently in and thoroughly enjoying. Again, as luck had it, the CFO at FEM resigned not long before I was in search for a role. And one could say that I was once again in the right place at the right time. I was offered the role in December 2018 and joined in February of 2019. As background, FEM is a short-term insurer specializing in providing workers' compensation to the construction industry. It currently has over 6,000 policyholders, as well as an investment portfolio in excess of 7 billion rand. In addition to my role at FEM as its CFO, I'm also a member of the board of the FEM Education Foundation, which is a non-profit organization focused on making a systemic impact in the education environment within South Africa. We also recently created a new entity, the FEM Construction Industry Loan Fund, which is a fund created to assist companies within the construction industry who are specifically struggling with short-term cash flow needs. I'm very proud to say that I played an instrumental role in getting this company up and running and also sit on its credit committee. During my time at FEM thus far, I was able to lead the successful implementation of a new finance system as well as gear up my finance team to work remotely, where we were able to improve processes and reduce the extent of manual paperwork. This has tremendously aided the team during the remote working world we currently live in. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, FEM embarked on several special projects to assist the construction industry, its policyholders and their employees, as well as society at large. With the assistance of my fellow EXCO members, I have led these projects in terms of planning and execution. At the time of joining FEM, I was concerned that my young age would be an obstacle in being successful, as I firmly believe that the value of a person comes from a combination of both theoretic knowledge as well as lifetime experiences. I am still the youngest member of our EXCO team and the board. However, I am now more comfortable and more confident that my age is an advantage rather than an obstacle, largely because of the changing world we live in, where technology as well as automation will drive all processes in the future. As I mentioned earlier, as part of my reflection in what makes me exceptional without exception, I often thought that I was blessed with consistent good luck. Gary Player is known to have said, "The harder I practice, the luckier I get." I think that this quote is very relevant to me. I'm a hard worker by nature and always put 100% into everything I do. I am passionate about uplifting and developing people, and I'm always searching ways to use technology as an enabler. This behavior has naturally been passed on to my team members. Over the past 2.5 years at FEM, I have managed to reduce the time spent on routine processes, mainly as a result of my desire to continuously improve all processes. I was able to present financial results to our full staff complement in a very unique manner, where all staff members can understand, regardless of their understanding of accounting concepts and terminology. I consider myself to be an extroverted introvert and believe that my nature has assisted me in being successful in my current and past roles. As part of my community initiatives, I was a business partner for a year in the Partners for Possibility, otherwise known as PFP program, where business leaders are paired with school principals in a co-learning partnership in order to empower principals to become change leaders in their schools and communities. I am now proud to say I am a mentor in the Make a Difference Leadership Foundation mentorship program. I have been married for almost 7 years, and my wife and I are parents to 2 beautiful daughters. In my spare time, I enjoy playing with my kids outside, laughing and relaxing with my wife, watching comedies and eating junk food. More recently, I have become very addicted in playing golf as well. Although it's a continuous journey to get the right fit, I believe that I currently have a good work-life balance and that I am exceptional without exception. I believe that the setbacks, missed opportunities, and disappointments in my life have assisted me in my success, both on a personal and professional level. And I will leave you with a final quote from Bill Gates where he says, "Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose." Thank you very much for listening to my story. A journey which I believe was not as a result of good luck, but rather me making my own luck. I hope that my story inspires other young aspiring CAs and hope to be considered as a finalist for this year's Top 35 Under 35 competition. Thank you very much.